Wednesday morning, and this is what we wake up to, a whole bunch of rocks. Kinda some big boulders in here too. They can be very tricky to climb. You just gotta take your time and be careful on them. It rained last night, so they're kind of slick. So you just watch your step every time and take it slow. We came from Old Orchard Shelter 2 miles down that way, and it was completely uphill for the 3rd day in a row when we woke up. And the Appalachian Trail is going this way. The rocks were horrible, I'm telling you. And they were bad at some parts. And this is what we're getting to see. Man, it's beautiful out here. Go across this little fence thing.
Where's the trail at?
It's this way. And man, we're getting close to the ponies. We were about at 6 miles today hiking. Today that's what we've hiked. Heading to Wise Shelter, which is like 0.1 away. We're near where the ponies are at. We're about, I'd say about 3.5 miles to Massey Gap, 2.5. And that's where I'm meeting my Boy Scout troop for another week of hiking with them. Overall, I think there was a lot of rocks today, pretty bad. In the section we're hiking with rocks. We entered the scales, and that's where there's a lot of open fields and stuff. But right when we got started at Old Orchard Shelters, where the rocks were really bad and it was 2 miles uphill, and we were already a quarter of the way up that hill or mountain. So overall, I think it's a good day. We're gonna come up to Wise Shelter, dry some things out because it rained last night, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Our water source for the night, and a little footbridge to cross. Doesn't look too bad. It goes up and over there. Some good running water right down there. Here's the shelter, pretty decent. Sign up there saying the privy's pointing to the right. Big fire pit, if you choose to have a fire. In my opinion, it's a little hot, but nice and hot. It's just a very basic design. It's got a nice little actually an overhang from the shelter. If you sit on that side, you should stay pretty dry. And it's just a platform pretty much. So it's not the greatest shelter, but it will work. Okay, if you find yourself at camp early or something along those lines where you get in early, and have a chance or have some free time, it's nice to lay like your sleeping bag and your sleeping pad out, because when you're hiking a night's rest, you have to have a good night's rest. And socks and your boots or your shoes, if you can air them out, that'll be great. Last night it rained, so these were a little damp, as well as my sleeping bag and stuff from just in the air. So if you can set your stuff out, I have all my stuff setting out, letting it dry out while the sun's out. So I have all my stuff nice and dry and no dampness in any of my gear. So just, if you have time to, lay your stuff out in the sun and let it. When you're up on the trail, you have to drink plenty of water, but I like to throw one of these in. It's a energy drink or a flavored drink. This is wild strawberry, and I can add it to my water to try something or drink something different, because water does get old up here. So having one of these packs is very nice to have, so you're not constantly drinking just water. So you have some flavor to your water. Just add it in, shake it up, and that will be your flavor. We're now in the Grayson Highlands. We're going to the state park and getting some things from a store up there and kind of killing time before Saturday when I meet my Boy Scout troop. So, and we may see some ponies today. Hoping we'll see some ponies. It'll be pretty neat. If I see any, I'll go ahead and video it and see how they react. We're at Massey Gap, walking up to it. We're gonna go to the state park and see if we can get a camping site, camp there, and then meet my Boy Scout troop Saturday. So, kind of get a few, or a rest the rest of the day, relax, and enjoy these mountains and this beautiful weather. Camping at the Hickory Ridge Campground. It's in the Grayson Highlands State Park. They had to store up powering, which will be a lot better than water. Right over here is a tent pad. Should be able to get both tents on it. It's gravel, so stakes will go in easy. Fire ring with a little grill, little pull-out grill. Surrounded by woods here a little bit. And up here is something you can hang your food or whatnot from it, if you have to. And it's just a very small campsite. There's quite a few around us. So we're just pretty much going to sit back and relax the rest of the day. On these tent pads that we're using, they're kind of small for 2 tents. And with the flies on both of our tents, they may touch, so I had to scooch this way to the end, so did my grandpa. These loops, there's nowhere to stake it out on. So what I did was I took some bank line that I had, made a fisherman's knot, and I'm just gonna go around, make a cow's hitch. It's got a loop here. Now I can take one of my stakes come out to the ground, it's going to be harder because up here is where the gravel is and it's really meant to be staked out. Put it in there and get a rock and pound it in there. Doesn't have to go all the way in, but if you want it to, you can. Right there should be good, and you got this staked out. We just came out of the Hickory Ridge campground. We camped there one night, got a couple showers. Really felt good. Got some Powerade and some kind of chocolate milk, which was good. AWOL's guide for the AT says that this campground was 1.5 miles down this road, and it was more like 2 3/4 miles down, which was very far, and it was straight downhill on this road. So we gotta walk 2 3/4 miles up the hill. So it's tacking on miles to our trip. And when we get up this hill, we're back on the AT. So we're still not in the AT until we get up this hill and back on the trail. just keep moving. That's exactly what these cows are thinking. But right here is Fat Man Squeeze. Pretty cool, it's just a little rock tunnel in here. That's all it is. It's pretty neat. Just don't have a big backpack or you're not getting through.